These are some Dinar Guru highlights, starting off with Mark Z via PDK. If Iraq goes with the near nominal effective exchange rate, the rate will float. Right now we are hearing if Iraq does go with the near rate, it will be about $1.60. This can be used if Iraq gets tired of waiting for the GCR. They want the full amount of the $3.22, but may settle for the lower near rate to float if they have to. Right, Sampson article quote, the Iraqi parliament fails for the third time to hold a session to elect the president of the republic. And mountain goat status of the RV has not changed. The Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, still intends to conduct the project to delete the zeros as soon as there is stability in the government. Remember, the project to delete the zeros is the next step. The needed financial reforms are complete except for some much needed laws to better control the independent banks operating in Iraq. I assure you just to have faith and hang in since it is coming. All right, Butterfly says only 152 lawmakers showed up for the latest vote. For the third time, Iraqi parliament fails to elect a new president. All right, Mark Z via PDK. Some folks are very worried about the news out of Iraq. The election to choose the new president has been moved to April 3rd to the 6th now. But I would like to again point out that they let us know on Monday that they still can move forward with the committees, and Saturday they sat the Finance Committee. I was reassured again that since the Finance Committee was seated, the banking side and CBI are squared away, and they do not need the rest of the government to RV. If they do not seat a new government by the 6th, the existing government just takes over again. All right, Sandy Ingram, article quote, Venezuela's risky currency stabilization to tackle inflation. Venezuela's currency is up in value. Can the IQD follow? The new Bolivar has, against all odds, managed to stabilize the economy. We know Iraq has overprinted its currency. We know that if Iraq decides to do what Venezuela has done and issues a new currency, many of us will or might be in trouble with our investment unless we are willing or even allowed to travel to the Middle East to exchange our old Iraqi dinars for the new Iraqi currency. Even then, the fact that Iraq has overprinted the money may spell trouble for the old currency to the new currency exchange. It would depend on how many people, companies, and countries show up for the exchange, or even if we are allowed to make the exchange. This is all based on what if Iraq does what Venezuela has done. Iraq would have control over the new currency, and it would be in control of their own creation. Mark Z via PDK, overnight my phone lit up from many, many sources that there was a lot of very successful money movement on the QFS. Testing in the Asian markets, they were moving very large chunks. This has been a problem in the past, transferring funds from our older legacy bank systems with older technologies to the QFS. And being told money transfers were exceptionally successful last night. My bankers are extremely excited about the news coming out. They think this is very, very close. Very successful movements of large blocks of money on the new system. I think this is fantastic. This means they can pull the trigger or flip the switch at any moment now after these successful tests. And that is what I am being told. All right, Bruce says we're still looking for something this week. We're looking maybe towards the end of the week. If we look at the calendar, we see that Friday is April 1st. Now, we don't know exactly when we'll get notified, but it's quite possible we would receive that Friday. It's also possible that we could start our exchanges Friday or Saturday, very conceivable. I don't know whether or not that is the exact plan, but we know the physical schedules have been handed out at the redemption centers. So I think it looks like that should be on Friday the 1st. It could be a very interesting weekend for us. All right, and Pimpy says, this is good news. Article quote, a rise in Iraq's oil exports to America in a week. The number of barrels of oil that they're sending to the United States has increased, which brings more revenue into Iraq. As long as it's being spent wisely, we should be happy about that. Mark Z says, let's talk about the RV. There has been some positive and exciting things happen today. Everything may be over real soon. I know you agree we can't take any more kicking and want it done now. May take a week or two before you or I get to go to the banks. I'm so excited. Really hope we don't get deflated this time. I really hope I get more incredible news overnight. and can't sleep again, and I'm okay with that. All right, lastly, we have Mountain Goat article quote, Ali Abdul Amir Alawi confirmed on Saturday, March 26, 22, that the white papers restored balance to the Iraqi economy. Mountain Goat says, yes, 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 this is exactly what we need to hear from the finance minister at this time. It is the white paper, along with pressure from all sides, that's going to get us the reinstatement of the dinar back on Forex.